Time to bring the bass back.
Mix is the beat of our culture. Our stories.
So I see myself having a couple number one albums.
Spotlighting inspiring content from Generation Mix. The next generation of creators, artists, and filmmakers. Our music. Discover fresh artists first from around the world. Uniquely Filipino.
It's hard to get this energy anywhere else.
Mix is the beat of our culture.
Hey guys, it's Sam with 2M's and welcome to this MYXclusive interview. Happy Monday, everyone. To everyone who is tuning in live dito sa Mix, thank you so much for taking time out of this beautiful Monday to join us and tune in here on this MYXclusive. But I'm so excited because in just a bit, I'll be having very special guests who will be joining me. And I have a couple of talented ladies from Tarsier Records joining me here today. And I'm excited to talk to them about how they've been doing, their music, and just everything in between. So I will be joined by the duo, very talented duo, Allen&Elle, and also the newly debuted solo artist, RELDEN. So everyone, please welcome them. Woo!
Hi.
Hi everyone.
Hi guys.
Good afternoon.
Oh my gosh. Good afternoon. I'm loving this girl power happening right now. Thank you so much for joining us here today
you
on a
too.
Mix. We're so excited to have you girls back. Actually, because I saw Allen&Elle, you guys were here with VJI last time.
Yeah.
And I actually got to talk to Relden in the past. So it's really great to have you back here on Mix. So kamusta naman kayo? How are you guys doing? What's been happening in your life recently?
Well, we're doing really good. We've been busy with making more music for next
Mhm.
year.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we had our very first, and finally, we had the very first live performance with a live audience recently. Finally, like after, I think, almost 2 years, right? So we've been missing that quite so much. And, you know, it's just a great feeling getting to perform again. And yeah, I'm just having a great time these days.
Yeah, that's so cool that you were able to perform na live, no? I haven't been to a
Yeah.
live show in like 2 years, basically.
Right?
And it's been
Super miss the
so
vibe.
long. How about you, Radhan? When was the last time you went to a live show?
I
Do you
can't
remember?
remember. Probably before the pandemic. But I do
Diba?
remember that before the pandemic, we were supposed to fly to Manila
Mm-mm.
for another gig, but then it got canceled. So
Oh, that's
I'm so jealous
crazy.
of them.
Yeah, I mean,
They
I've
got to
seen
play.
Relden perform live. She has crazy energy. As in, wow, grabe energy ni
Oh my
Relden.
gosh. And
Yeah, so I'm sure you miss it, no? I mean, all of us, everyone
Yeah.
watching also, I'm sure
Yeah.
misses that atmosphere. So how is it, Allen&Elle, like being able to do that finally?
Yeah, that was so fun. Like singing
Mhm.
in front of people again after how many
People.
Yeah,
months?
people.
Yeah. It was
Yeah,
really fun.
we were actually quite nervous because it was our first time getting on stage again with like real
Mhm.
people watching, and
Yeah.
but then again, we miss the whole vibe of
Mhm.
people watching the adrenaline rush while performing and hear
Mhm.
people cheer and all that. That was just a great feeling.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm not a performer, but like as a host also, I can totally relate, no? So
Yeah,
I
right.
definitely can imagine the adrenaline rush and like the cheers and all of that. Hopefully,
Yeah,
something all of us get to experience na again next year with the new
exactly.
year coming up now. And slowly but surely we're seeing a few shows here and there. So hopefully we get to see more shows next year. So I'm so happy for you
Yeah.
guys that you were able to experience that very recently. But how about you, Roldan? How have you been these days? What have you been up to these days?
I'm doing great, and I've been
Mm-mm.
addicted to CrossFit. It's like every time somebody asks me
Wow.
what I'm doing, I always just answer CrossFit because I do it almost
Uh,
like 5 times a week, 4 to 5 times a week, and
wow.
yeah, that's what keeps me sane. It's like therapy to my mind and my body, which is
Mm-hmm.
which is my new addiction now, aside from writing music, of course.
Yeah, no, that's so cool. Like,
Mhm.
I've never tried CrossFit ever, but I always watch yung mga documentaries on CrossFit.
Mhm.
Like, I forgot what it's called. I think it's Fittest on Earth, something like that. Like, I watch
Mhm.
the documentaries, and it's just such a cool sport, no, CrossFit, because it's like many
Yeah.
different aspects of fitness that are tested
Yeah,
sa
true.
CrossFit, diba? So, how
Mhm.
did you actually start your CrossFit journey? That's like really interesting.
I don't know, somebody called me fat. No, I'm kidding.
Huh?
No,
I
I'm
mean,
kidding.
I
I'm
feel like
kidding.
in this country, that's happened to most people.
To
Don't worry. Yeah,
everybody,
Yeah.
especially
yeah,
during the
yeah.
pandemic, right? So I
Exactly. Yeah.
actually just started because I wanted to, feel
Mm-mm.
good about myself because
Mm-mm.
2020 I really gained so much weight, to be honest. So
Mm-mm.
when I started, I just never stopped. I mean, I've only been doing it for 2 months running now, but I've never
Yeah.
missed a week or like, because my body really is looking for it. So it's so cool.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool. Consistency, no? Yun talaga yung I
Yeah.
think that's the important part, especially with working out and staying healthy. Consistency is key. I'm also telling that to myself every day. So I love that you're able to find that new like thing that you're passionate about, Relden. No? Because I feel like, especially nowadays during this pandemic, we all need something that we focus on to kind of not even distract, but really put our attention to, diba? So that's so cool that Relden was able to find that like with CrossFit. But how about for Alan and Alice? Like aside from music, of course, are there things that you are very passionate about these days? Al, behind you, I see there's RJ. So I am assuming you're into BTS.
Yes, I am. I know you're a BTS fan though.
Yeah, that's why I had to bring it up.
Yeah, it's like right
I love it.
right there at the back. But yeah, I've been
Yeah.
in pandemic I really
Mm-hmm.
discovered K-pop. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
never
Me
a
too.
fan
Yeah.
of K-pop. Actually, Alan and
Hmm.
I are very much fan of K-pop these days.
Yes.
Like
Yay!
we stand a lot of
Yeah.
groups and all
Mm-hmm,
that.
mm-hmm,
Hmm.
And
mm-hmm.
actually, they're one of the reasons why we are so inspired to make music now
Yeah.
because it's something new for us and we
Mm-hmm.
get to do those things as well, like through the shoots and
Mm-hmm.
making music and all that. So
Ah,
yeah,
yeah.
one of them is pretty much K-pop. So we've been into K-pop and K-dramas, of course,
Yes.
these
Yeah,
days.
that goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
I love that. And I mean, as a fellow army,
Go
but also
Army.
fellow K-pop fan,
Yeah,
I can totally understand because like there's so many aspects of K-pop then that's very inspiring now
exactly.
visually, also the music itself, and I love that
Exactly.
that's something that you love to channel also in the things that you do because there's a lot we can learn, yeah, from that, no, and being able to
Yes, exactly.
express it in your own way, I think is
Yeah.
really cool. So obviously BTS is one of the groups that you guys like, but who are the others that
Yeah.
you actually
Yeah.
stand?
Mamamoo. Yeah, I
Oh,
stand
I love
Mamamoo. I
Mamamoo,
love
Mamamoo.
yeah.
Washa so much.
Yeah,
And
she's so
I
We
cool.
stand a lot.
okay.
IU,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah,
We
IU,
love
Sam
IU.
Kim.
I love I.
Sam Kim, yeah. KRNB
Yeah,
as well. We love
yeah.
KRNB. Sam Kim.
Nevertheless, Sam
So,
Kim.
yeah. So, super dami actually.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
yeah, it's dami na dami pa yung
mm-hmm.
madami pa. But yeah,
Oh,
super fun being into K-pop these days. And magastos at the same time.
that's true.
You, right? You gotta
Yeah.
have what's new.
Yeah, that is so true. But it's a fun
Yeah.
thing. Like I said, no, during this pandemic, especially for a lot of people, I'm sure a lot of people can relate that I think K-pop or even K-drama has been one of
Yeah,
those things that really kept them busy. Because if you're into
exactly.
any of these things or both of these things, you have to devote a certain amount of time, effort, and money, of
Yeah,
course.
that's so
So
Yeah.
true.
I love that we can all agree on that. It's even one of the things also that's kept me sane. No? But I find it
Yeah,
really cool that you girls are able to kind of really channel that also in the music that you've been making and the things that you girls want to do. So you did mention a while ago, Elno, now you've been working on music also, getting ready for the new year. So how has it been
yeah.
making music, Alan and Elle, recently?
Like what we mentioned earlier, we've
Mm-hmm.
been trying to experiment new things,
Mm-hmm.
especially with the influence of K-pop and all that. So we've been
Mm-hmm.
like, we have this drive these days to just keep making whatever, even like random songs, just because we're
Mm-hmm.
preparing actually for new singles next year and an album or EP. Yeah,
Oh.
so people have to wait for that. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, these days we've been like writing music and actually we right, Alan, we've been going out like as an
Mhm.
escape so that we'll
Mhm.
regain and recharge. So recently we went to Tagaytay to just
Oh
like
wow.
Yeah.
rest and all that to
Mhm.
recharge
Mhm.
and to get our creative juices flowing.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so
That is
that's
super
been
needed. I can imagine, no, being able to go out. I mean, because slowly but surely we're seeing things opening up again, right? Of course, we're all still very, staying cautious, you guys.
exactly.
But yeah, like you can find inspiration in many different things, may it be K-pop, K-drama, or like even just going outside. I'm sure that helps you girls create music as well. But you did mention that there's a lot of things you've been experimenting with and trying out. So, like, were there new things recently that maybe you guys didn't expect that you would ever make with your music or do with your music that you tried out recently? Or maybe something you want to try out with your music that you haven't tried yet?
I think right with our track Promise, like our
Mm-hmm.
very first release under Tarsier,
Mm-hmm.
that was the I think that was the beginning of our experimentation because that was the
Mm-hmm.
time we slowly started getting into K-pop and
Yeah.
yeah, I think it was when did we make the song? Mga
Um,
this year lang din, right?
yeah, this year.
Mga
Mm-hmm.
summer, ganyan, with the whole pandemic, the repeated lockdowns and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So we were kind of getting, of course, tired of the same routine over and over again. So
Mm-hmm.
we used music as our escape to create something new, do something new in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
So with the release of Promise, and then next was Call You, we
Mm-hmm.
did something new, which is experimenting with our sound and
Yeah.
not only using band as our production
Mm-hmm.
elements, we use more like electronic as well. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so we channeled it
And
to
then
our
yeah, no, I love that because especially now, I think this is the perfect time to experiment too. Because there, I can imagine there's so many like inspirations. You can get so many inspiration from a lot of different things, and you guys are young, so it's like you can try out many different things too. But how about for you, Alan? Like, is there something you want to try with your guys' music that you haven't probably tried out yet?
I think since I'm more in the gospel side, so I
Yeah.
think yeah, I'm really looking forward to create something like really gospel, heavy gospel
Mm-hmm.
type of music because
Mm-hmm.
we haven't really tried making a song like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe soon next year. I'm not quite sure with Elle kasi it's Elle. Si Elle yung nag-create ng music and then I write the lyrics. So
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
really up to her if she makes something like that. And I'm gonna write something about that. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that would be so cool. Like, I love gospel music because it's very like, how it's like grand, but also like big and like it makes you
yeah,
feel a lot of
Yeah.
emotions too, which I think is
exactly.
Yeah.
really, really cool. So I can imagine it can be a little bit tricky then to create a gospel song. No, pero kaya niyo yan. I believe in you. Like I said, this is the time of your lives to try
Exactly.
out new things, right? And I mean, we've had other artists who have made like gospel music that is a little bit more like a lot of like more people can be open to, like for example Chance the Rapper, right? Like
Yeah.
he makes gospel music that is a little bit more accessible to more people, so I feel like you girls could totally um do something like that. So we can look
Yeah.
forward to that, you guys. We're gonna manifest it, Alan and
Of
Al
course.
gospel track, in the
Yes.
future. But let's talk about, of course, your newest track first. Let's talk about "Call You." So you did mention that this for this track also you tried out new things for this one. But let's talk more about what the song is actually about. So could you tell us more about what "Call You" is about and like what inspired it?
So, Call You is basically about the importance of
Mm-hmm.
calling for help. So,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, the importance of prayer. So, when you listen to the chorus, it's
Mm-hmm.
actually our prayer or our call to God. Because when we were writing the song, I think yeah, of course, it was during the whole lockdown thing and all that.
Mm-hmm.
There were some challenges like within us, of course, mentally and emotionally, like in
Mm-hmm.
our environment and all that. And we wanted to highlight the importance of calling for help. Like you don't have to keep it to yourself, like whatever you're
Yeah.
going through. Not that you have to always be vocal about it, but it is nice to have someone to be there for you and call out for help and
Mm-hmm.
not be embarrassed about what you're going through, because at the end of the day, there are people who love you and who are there for you. So yeah, that's basically the message of our whole song, and that
Mhm.
yeah, and God is there for you, of course, whatever you're going through. Like he'll never leave you throughout what you're going through. And so I think it was the fastest song we wrote, right? If I'm
Oh.
not mistaken. Like I think I
Mhm.
was doing it around. I was experimenting with sounds and all of that, and
Mhm.
it was around like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. And then
Mhm.
I had pop actually as my influence for the song, like pop music and all that.
Mhm.
And when I sent it to Alan, she was like in all caps, "Ano to? Ang ganda na!" She was like that.
Yeah.
So that's how we actually exchange ideas. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, like what Alan mentioned, I usually start using the production of the song, like even just a skeleton of the whole song, and then Alan would write the lyrics, and then from there we just expand the whole track. But within a day or two, I think we were able to finish like the whole song itself. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was
Wow.
something new,
Mhm.
to call you for
Mhm.
me. Like it's my first time to hear Elle create a song like that. So it was like a
Mhm.
bop for me, and I got so excited. So I finished writing it talaga. And I sent it to her. So yeah, that's a story.
Yeah.
Very fast. Yeah. That's so
Yeah.
cool because like something new and different can really inspire you, obviously, and let the creative juices flow. So I really love that it for you guys. Like, I'm very excited to try out new things. I mean, that's always
Yeah.
a great attitude to have, especially with being creative, diba? Being able to try out new things and being open to them. And I really love the vibe of this song. It's very like, yeah, it's like it's pop, but it's also like a little bit like, like R&B also in a way, and it's
Yeah.
also just it makes you just that's exactly I think how you want to like listen to it. You just like bop your head to it. I thought it
Yeah,
was
exactly.
yeah, it's like such a vibe. Especially for something with the inspiration in the story of the song that like calling calling for help. I think which is can be like a little bit serious. The way that you were able to wrap that like kind of messaging in this song, I thought was really really cool. So you did mention that it took like it took not too long for the two of you to actually put the song together. But can you take us more behind the process of actually creating the song? Like, what was it like for you? Like, where, like you said, pop was your inspiration, but like, what is it like for you to create songs? As someone who doesn't create songs, like, could you tell us more about like the whole process that went behind creating "Call You"? Like the like sonically, yeah.
Yeah. Actually, being the night owl that I am, like
Yeah.
all the
Oh,
creative
okay.
juices flow just at
Mm-hmm.
night. Whenever I
Mm-hmm.
hear a certain song, kasi, and then it's especially if it's a song that I've never heard before, production wise,
Mm-hmm.
songwriting wise, parang a light bulb just
Yeah.
turns on like on top of me, and I was like, okay, I want to make a new song. But then for Call You kasi, I was just playing around the keyboard and
Mhm.
trying different patches or sounds. And then
Mhm,
the
mhm.
the intro part actually of Call You, the one that you like the it's like an organ. I'm not sure. Like was that
Mhm.
synth pads type? When I heard that type of sound, I was like, whoa, this sounds so cool. I want to
Yeah.
make music out of this sound. So that's how it actually started. And then I played with
Mhm.
chords. I
Yeah.
added some beats, and actually one of the inspiration or artist inspiration for the song is Charlie Booth, and because how he
Oh.
makes songs and
Mhm,
he's just
mhm.
so creative and all that. And then I
He
wanted to
is.
do something what he usually does in his songs, and
Mhm.
I wanted like the chorus part to be just beats, like something that you can just, yeah, like what you said,
Mhm.
pop your head to. And
Yeah.
I wanted like the bass and drums to be left alone with like a choir. I mean, I've never heard that type of pop track before, like
Mhm.
choir and drums and bass alone. And
Mhm.
yeah, from there, I don't know. I think it had like a blackout moment. I just kept adding and adding because I was just so inspired. Like I wasn't even minding the time anymore and
Yeah.
all that. And
Wow.
because that's how driven and inspired I was to create that whole song. And it sounded so new. And not
Mhm.
until I got the response from Alan as well when she really liked that
Mhm.
song. Of course, that also inspired me to make the song even better and finish it nicely. So
I
yeah, it
love
was
it.
really, really fun to make. Like out of all the songs I've produced so far. I think this is one of my favorite. Yeah, probably my favorite so far.
Yeah. Oh my God. Like when you said that, you didn't even mind the time now you were just really creating and stuff. It's like that montage in those movies, when they
Yeah,
like just
exactly.
continue to
Parang
do.
ganon.
Yeah.
Parang ganon nga.
I love it. And I feel like it really shows in the song then you had a lot of fun creating it because it's also like a really fun song to listen to. Like I said, something that you can bop your head to. No. So to everyone tuning in, if you haven't checked out Allen&elle's newest track, it's called Call You. Make sure to check that out. But welcome back to Relden. We have Relden back here with us. Oh no! She is
I'm
gone. Hello,
here. Oh my
Relden.
god.
Oh, there you go.
Hi.
There we
I'm
go.
so
Hi,
sorry. I don't know.
Relden.
I
No
think it's because of the
worries.
weather.
No worries. Oh, is it there? Right,
Can you
rainy?
hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear us?
It's so
No.
weird. But anyway, yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. So welcome back, Relden. So just a little catch up though. You're talking about Allen&elle's newest track, but before that, we actually talked about music and how they've been making music recently. And
Mm-hmm.
that's something I want to ask you because when I met you way back in 2019, you were still part of a duo, no? But now you're actually a solo artist under
Mm-hmm.
Tarsier and creating your music as Relden. So I do want to know, like, how has it been for you? Of course, making music as Relden. I'm sure like there are certain things you want to do with your music that you have yet to share with us. So what is it like when making music as Relden?
It's really cool because
Mm-hmm.
everything is under my control. Not that I wasn't free
Mm-hmm.
when I was with my
Yeah.
duo, right? But
Mm-hmm.
there are some things that doesn't quite sit well if it's with a duo, especially if it's me
Mm-hmm.
and Carlisle. Before it's a boy and girl, and
Mm-hmm.
I can't just talk
Yeah.
about like a man hating song or something. So there's a lot of topics that I wanted to cover, and so
Mm-hmm.
this is really the time for me to be able to say the things that I wasn't able to
Mm-hmm.
say when I was still in a duo, which is really
Mm-hmm.
great, especially now that I'm with Tarsier. Even
Mm-hmm.
though none of them are Bisaya, they're really welcoming with my sound, especially that my writing style is mixed with English and Bisaya. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's always something I thought was very unique, about your artistry, rather than that you're able to mix Messiah with like English. And I thought that was really, really cool. And now I'm excited to hear obviously all of the music that you make as Relden. Now that you can share a lot of your thoughts. Not to say Anna, you weren't free before, but like you said, yeah, there are certain things that you couldn't talk about, like I'm sure as
Mm-hmm.
making music, obviously in the duo, but now as Relden. No? So exciting to hear and to see because you just recently released your debut single "Uh-oh" under
Yeah.
Tarsier. So can you tell us more about your debut single? What inspired it and what is it about?
So as I said, I started CrossFit because people called me fat. No, like it sounds like I'm joking, but it's really true. That's
Yeah.
what happened.
No, yeah, I believe you.
Because honestly, I can't remember writing the song because I felt like it
Mhm.
wrote itself. Just like the experience of
Mhm.
Allen&Elle. It's like one of the easiest songs that I've ever written because I
Yeah.
really can't remember how I made it, but I know the root of the feeling that inspired that because I met somebody,
Yeah.
um, an old friend who was really close to me, and
Mhm. Mhm.
the first comment was about my weight, and so I was really annoyed. Of
Mhm.
course, I would reply like, "Oh, it's okay. At least I get to eat all the time." Like I would be decent, but really deep
Yeah.
down, when I go home, I'm like, that person really hit me, and I feel so
Yeah.
insecure now. But so
Mhm.
the song is sort of like a message to the bullies out there, like you should be
Mm.
cautious about the words that you say, because even though somebody who's really smiling, who tolerates your bad jokes, actually
Mhm.
experience anxiety or
Yeah.
overthinking or being insecure, right? So that's
Mhm.
the song basically. So thank you to the people who hurt me. I'm kidding.
Wow, I love that. That's always a no. That's always a good motivator, di ba? All of the haters. Haters, no, but that's why I said I believed you. Because I've also gone through that. I feel like a lot of us, nga, like I said, have gone through, people, it doesn't even have to be about your weight. Any kind of comment, unnecessary comment, I think, is something that
Mm-hmm.
people think na, it's just, it's just a normal comment naman, but deep down inside for us, it's like a really a
Yeah.
big deal. Like a lot
Mm-hmm.
of us have experienced that at least once in our lives. And for you, Radhan, like the amazing thing is you were able to make music out of it. Oh, like I'm not able to do anything with it. I'm just angry. Joke, but diba, like I love that you're able to express it through your music. And can you tell us more about how that also, how what was it like building the song and also creating the song, especially as a solo artist now?
Um, like I said, it's the easiest. I'm not even exaggerating.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I can tell you though that
Mm-hmm.
I'm very, very shocked by the response of my friends or people that I haven't talked to in a
Oh,
long time.
really?
Because
Mm-hmm.
during the release day, my story on Instagram looked like a series of dots
Oh yeah,
line because they were really
Mhm.
sharing it and they kept saying
Mhm.
read every lyric because they relate
Mhm.
to it, and I think it's true because almost all of us, our coping mechanism during the beginning of the pandemic was eating, right? Because it brings us
Yeah,
comfort,
yeah.
and so most of us really
Mhm.
gained weight. And so
Mhm.
I'm really happy that there were really a lot of people who messaged me that they relate to my song and that
Mhm. Mhm.
they kept on empowering me, like, go girl, tell them. So that was really great.
No, yeah. I mean, I totally agree. Especially during a pandemic, our body changes. We have to take care of our body, diba? So if eating and being healthy is, and gaining weight is how our body copes with a pandemic, hello, I think that's only right. Diba? You have to take care of yourself. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to that. Yeah. I mean, our bodies are ever changing. And of course, like bodies and weight, obviously, is a very sensitive topic for a lot of people. But I love that you're able to share yung thoughts mo through the music because a lot of people can definitely relate to it. Like, see, it's like one of the things I super relate to also, and I'm sure Alan and Elle have also at least once in their life, have had like relatives comment on how they look. Diba? I mean, it's not always the best thing, but shout out to Relden, of course, for sharing it through the music. And with this palang, we can see now you have a very strong you know idea of what you want to do with your music, Relden. So we're excited also to see the other things that you have planned as Relden. So what else can we look forward to coming from you?
um More songs, definitely, because I've been working on more songs and more
Mhm.
badass songs, and I haven't really realized
Yeah.
it until I met with Tertiary and they pointed out
Mhm.
that my sound is actually edgy pop. So I guess that's what
Yeah.
I sound like. So
Yeah.
more of that, more probably not anger, but more frank and really upfront songs.
Mhm.
No more patwitams, I would say.
Love it. Love it. Yan ang growth. No, but I love that. I feel like ever since I met you also in 2019, I think that's something that I got from you from that small conversation that we had. Na I feel like you're someone who is, who's very in her beliefs and loves to share them with others. And I think
Yeah.
that's always an amazing thing, diba? To believe in yourself and the things that you do. So excited na kami. And me
Thank
personally
you.
also, Robert,
Thank
for
you.
everything that you have planned as a artist as well. But for Alan and Elle, I know, like you said a while ago, you have so many plans then for 2022. So what can everyone look forward to? Like you already mentioned, maybe an album or maybe an EP in the future. So what are your goals for 2022 as Alan and Elle?
Of course. Um, Hopefully we get to perform more, right, Ellen?
Yes.
Super love
Yeah.
performing. I think during the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, that was one thing that we super duper missed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like even our band would relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, hopefully more live performances, more
Mm-hmm.
guestings, and
Mm-hmm.
more time to recharge and
Yes.
create even more.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's all of us for 2022. I think we're all just hoping for a better, even better year in 2022. Obviously the lows will always be there, but to see live shows, hear live music again is definitely one of the things all of us wants to experience once again in 2022. So we can't wait to see, of course, Alan and Elle live, but also Relden live very, very soon. But before I let you girls go, do you have a message to everyone who's been supporting you and everyone who's tuning in? So maybe let's start with Relden.
All right. So first of all, because they requested it, I want to give a shout out to my CrossFit community. Of course, I love
Oh.
fitness now because of you guys. Before I
Mhm.
would be lazy and I would just say I'll do it tomorrow. But thank you so much to CrossFit Subterra for being my newest and most exciting home. And I want to say hi also to my family and my friends and my listeners. And I did not expect to have any actually. I mean, not that I'm really downgrading myself, like, but humbly, I did not expect anything. And also, thank you so much to Tarsier Records for welcoming my sound and my Cebuana music. And thank you, Mix, for having me. I'm so excited because this is my first MYXclusive video interview. I mean, as a solo artist, so I'm really really excited. So I hope you would support me, anybody who's listening, for my upcoming music because I have a lot, and by a lot, I really mean a lot.
Mhm.
So yeah, thank you.
Oh, that's so cute. I'm so kilig for you around that. I mean, I'm so happy that you found CrossFit. You're sharing your music with everyone, and it's also your first nga exclusive as Relden. No?
Yes.
So I'm very happy, and it was with me pa. Yay! I'm so happy to see you again after 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
basically, in 2019. So thank you so much, Relden. But let's get to Alan and Elle.
So, oh my gosh, thank you guys for listening again. Thank you, Mix, for having us here again for the second
Mm-hmm.
time.
Yeah.
We'd like to say hi and shout out to our listeners, our fans, our friends, our family, and daming na.
Yeah. Also our
Everyone.
band. Our band as
Oh
well.
yeah, our band. If you guys are listening, Arvin, Quirine, Mishak, and Josh,
Yeah.
hello to you guys. And yeah, if you guys are just chilling out there, we hope that you guys also listen to our new track called Call You. It's out in stores, and our visualizer or music video is also out now on YouTube. You can just check out Tarshier's YouTube page. And yeah, thank you, Tarshir, for always supporting
Mhm.
artists like us. So yeah, we're excited to see everybody hopefully next year live.
Yeah.
And thank you, Sam, for of course this wonderful interview for having us. And yeah, hope you guys are
Thank you. Yes, and yes, to everyone who's tuning in, always make sure to stay safe. But thank you so much to both Alan and Alan, of course, Ralden, for joining us here on Mix. Once again, I'm so happy I was able to chat with you girls this afternoon. And to everyone who's tuning in, make sure to check out their newest single. So for Alan and Al, you can catch Call You. You can catch the visualizer on the Tarshi Records YouTube channel. And then for Ralden, you can catch her newest single, her debut single under Tarshir. It is called Uh-Oh, which also has a lyric video available on the Tarshir Records YouTube, and it's also available on multiple digital streaming platforms. But thank you so much, Alan and Ellen Ralden, once again for joining us here on Mix. I'm so happy I was able to see you and talk to you on this beautiful Monday.
thank you so much.
Yay!
Thank
Thank
you.
you.